Welcome back, traders. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend and you enjoyed time with your families or whatever you do on your weekends. Bitcoin. Well, looks like we are going to see Bitcoin make a weekly bearish engulfing candle. We're sitting right at support right this very moment. Engulfing last week's candle. All right, so not bullish price action at all. All right, we did think that we were going to see maybe the top of the range again, but we got a nasty rejection here from the CPI data, right? That came in last week. Hopefully, can everyone hear me? You guys hear me? Let's get some ones in the chat if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna put on some tunes here. I still haven't really messed with my camera here to put the green screen back on, but it's all good. All right, so we're looking at it, right? We got one rejection, two rejections. We didn't even get close to the supply line here, but we tried here again on a third rejection, right? So how about this? Let's look at Bitcoin all-time history index here on a new chart, and let's just chart it. All right. We're gonna remove everything off the chart. We're gonna just stay on regular time scale here, and we're gonna just plot from the swing low to the swing high. We're going to plot from the swing low of the previous cycle. All right, so everyone can get a clear idea as to where these levels are, where they're coming in at, and what to look for in the coming weeks, months, all right? So as you can see, we're just in between these two levels right now. Between the 618 and the 786 fib extension, and it obviously is going to make some sense if we do make this candle close like we just did below 19.5 on the weekly, that we're probably going to get this breakdown here. We've continued to fail to break that supply line, right? So clearly being manipulated by whales. And this is what's going on here, right? So once we can actually get a close above this supply line, then we can flip bullish in this market. But until we do that, there's no reason to be a bull, right? So our next real major levels here are this $17,000 region, but there's not a lot of trading volume here, so you can clearly see that that 11.5 area looks pretty good. Right, the 11.5 area looks pretty good on the weekly time scale here. I mean, we can call 11.5, we can call it 12K, whatever you want to call it. It's essentially this range here. It's a big block of range, but this is what we're looking at right now. Okay, and with the most base of support, it's pretty clear that we have this area right here. Right, we have this area right here. We have this area right here. This is a major level before it went on a nice run. So we could see, you know, something like this where we just bounce and maybe back tested as support before then, you know, getting out of this bear market. Right. Something along those lines. Again, it's going to depend on you know, what the equities markets do and you know, what the inflation's looking like and quantitative tightening and all that fun stuff that's happening right now that isn't really good for markets. So hang tight, guys. I think we got maybe a couple more months of this crappy price action, but it'll be worth it in a couple years. So just hang in there, guys. All right, so this is a clear bear flag here, and let's throw on our moving averages so we can all see that. And we can clearly see that we got rejected for like the third time, or the second time at least anyway, below the 200-week moving average. So Bitcoin's never really done that. Like, we've never really seen Bitcoin below the 200-week moving average for very long periods of time, like we're seeing right now. And yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna see how this plays out, but you know, the longer we spend below it, the more likelihood chance of us breaking further down here and testing these next levels, right? The 786 extension around 16.6K. That's probably your next real region. It's probably a good area to be buying long term. I mean, obviously anything below 30K is probably good long-term buying opportunities, but if you're trying to catch the bottom, right? You're never going to catch a bottom, man. Don't ever tell yourself that you're going to do that, because most likely you won't. You won't catch the bottom. It's good to maybe set limit orders and stuff and buy orders down here, but you can see, like, even here, like, if Bitcoin breaks below 17.6, this wick low here, there's not really much trade volume here. This could easily get manipulated to come down to 12K, and yeah, 12K has lots of support. Okay. That 12K region has lots of support. But that's looking like that's where we're gonna go. All right. Yeah. So I mean, would I be short here right at this very moment? No. Why? Because, well, we're sitting on a support. Are we gonna break the support? We very well might break the support, but it could take some time, right? We may not just, you know, break it so fast. It could take some time before it does that. We could break it and then back test it and then go sideways and then actually get a breakdown, right? So if you want to be short this market, you could either be in cash, or, I mean, you could be doing leverage trades or options puts, or however you want to do them. All right. But that's what we're looking at right now, guys. These two levels right here. 16K, and if we get down to 10K region, that would be the 886 of extension. All right. XRP is actually doing something interesting. We'll look at ETH here first. Look at the ETH index. Give me a second. ETH also has an all-time history index. Beautiful. We're going to also remove the drawings on this chart, and we're going to redraw the charts from the previous cycle lows, and from our bottom here to our top up here. And yeah, ETH is actually above its 200-week moving average, which is good. Okay. We all know that ETH's been outperforming Bitcoin, and for good reason. And yeah, so we can see that we have one rejection, almost two, but a third rejection here on our supply line. And we can't really be bullish until we actually break above it, just like Bitcoin. Yeah, one could argue that this is maybe a massive falling wedge pattern. All right, and we could just capitulate down to like, I don't know if that's going to happen, but you never know. I don't know how low ETH is going to go, really. This $1,000 area is pretty strong support for ETH. But if we do break 1,000, looks like around that $600 area would be next. Yeah, I mean, there's not much here. There's a big cluster of support here. So yeah, those are your levels between 450 and 900 looks like. So, you know, $600 area looks about right if Bitcoin really gets to like 12K. But that's worst case scenario, man. Like, ETH may not even do that. It's obviously been outperforming the market, so it could just come down to to retest this low around 1100. We'll see. I'm not a magician. I just look at charts and try to give you guys the highest probability areas for these trades, right? That's ETH. All right, look at XRP real fast, as it was doing some stuff the other day when I was looking at it. Looks like it gave some of that back. So XRP is like holding this this bottom area here on this pennant that it's been in since 2017. Quite a long time to be in this structure. Did have some weekly bull div that played out, or looks like it's playing out. All right, we'll see how that plays out. Looks like still pretty bearish, below 50 cents really. That's the 200-week moving average for XRP. Any assets you guys want to look at in particular here tonight? I mean, they're all going to go down. They're all heading further down. Here's Solana. All right, look at Matic, sure. So Matic breaking below this this critical level here that was acting as a support. So we could see Matic drop below 72, maybe even retest 60 cents, that level right there. Raven coin. Ravencoin actually looks surprisingly bullish because of the proof of work mining, I believe. Lots of ETH miners coming to Raven. But yeah, Raven also pulling back. And that maybe what could be a critical area here, right? This could be a good support for Ravencoin. OP was another one that I was looking at for long-term position. Layer 2 solution for ETH. Yes, Arash finally gets it right. Yeah, we got the close below 19.5, man. So let's go to 13.8K. That's our next real level. Would more coins being mined lift the price? I mean, people are just speculating that. Angel. Yeah, I mean, even ETH Classic here doesn't look too good. Could see $24 pretty soon, pretty fast on ETH Classic, if we continue to sell off, right? These are just lower highs than the cycle top high. No, I did not look at Atom, but we can look at it. I think that short trade played out pretty well. There's no real way to chart ETH Classic. It's just like, all right, we'll look at the weekly. There you go. Nice channel rejection here. Right, bearish engulfing candle. And it could come back down and test this support at $23, $24. I think I said that before. So yeah, that's definitely in the cards. A retest of that for sure. All right, and then we'll look at Atom. Atom's still making higher lows, man, right? So, like, out of this channel, it's still... So, let's zoom this out for a minute. right, so we did almost about a 61, 20% retrace. Yeah, we looked at Sol briefly. Yeah, I mean, markets are pretty much set up to go to capitulate from what I'm seeing. So we'll see if we actually get it. See if we actually get the follow through price action. That's what we're all looking to see. So Adam right at the 618 fib extension. Markets are really going to be pulling back here. It wouldn't shock me at all if this is where she reversed, because this is the 618. The golden mean ratio area, you can clearly see that we might have made a double top potentially here. We're pretty close to it. So you'd be wanting to watch this bottom trend line here, right? So as soon as you start breaking that trend line, I mean, this does look like an ascending triangle, but it could just break down. It doesn't have to continue higher, right? Even though this asset has been in a nice uptrend here, this is starting to roll over. Who would be buying ETH-W? I don't think anyone is, man. Last I checked, that ETH-W coin has just been annihilated. People are just selling it. Yeah, so just watch what happens here on Atom here. If you break the demand line, then you're gonna go further down, right? But if you break up, you're looking to break to $21. If you break down, you're looking to break to probably $6. So the macro is bearish, right? All right. I mean, really, that's kind of it, guys. Just we want to just see what ends up happening at these lows. If we make a failed breakdown, you know, failed breakdowns have consequences, right? So we'll see if we get the follow through, right? We're still around 18.8 is that area here on the 3-day chart. The weekly chart. Weekly chart, technically, we're already at it. It's right around 19.3, I guess. You want to be technical. But we're below the previous all-time highs right now, right? 19.891 was the previous all-time high on the Coinbase chart. So as long as we're below 19.891, you can be bearish. That's it. Probably not going to be a long, dramatic stream tonight. Not really good price action. Let's take a look at Tether and see what levels we'll be looking here for on Tether. Okay. So this falling wedge structure, we could easily see Tether rip back up to 8.3% to fulfill the wedge pattern, right? And so I think that's when we're going to see some further capitulation in the market. And I'll be looking to add to my long-term positions up there as the prices of things will be a lot further down, right? So you want to be buying low, of course, and selling higher, right? That's how you make money. Yeah, we'll look at the DXY. We're looking at Tether dominance first. And what I'm seeing here on the weekly is a bullish engulfing candle. Kind of the opposite of what Bitcoin is right now, right? So yeah, just keep in mind, guys, if you are going to take long trades down at these supports, which you can, this is where you would want to be taking long trades. Make sure you set tight stop losses, like right below the wick lows, in case we do get failures there, and we do get continuations to the downside. But yeah, these are low risk areas for longs because we're at supports. I personally will not be shorting this market. I will just be on the sidelines and waiting for long-term accumulation areas to buy. That's my trading plan right now. That's it. Just gonna continue monitoring this stuff. If I do see any good trade setups for you guys in the alert service, I will post them. That's really it. We'll take a look at the DXY. This looks like we might test up, like I said, to this top of the wedge. Right, 8.3% looks like is where we're going eventually. All right. Yeah, Dixie looks kind of toppy, man. I don't know. Still in the uptrend. Right, you're still in this uptrend until you break this trend line here. Dixie actually looks not so bullish on the daily. On the weekly, also got a lot of bearish divergence forming here. And yeah, we'll take a look at futures here in a second. So Dixie not closing a bullish engulfing, but close to. I mean, you might as well just say, yeah, that is a bullish engulfing candle on a weekly. Pretty close to weekly bullish engulfing. So yeah, we're really for this rising wedge to play out. We would like to see closures below or outside 107 area. And the futures market kind of flat right now. S&P is up 0.09%, NASDAQ down 0.03. I'm delayed a little bit though, so plus or minus. But again, nasty weekly weekly bearish engulfing candle for the S&P, so not a good look there. We could really be coming down to backtest this area, this 36.85 area, which would send Bitcoin into a capitulation or further downside, right? So be on the lookout for that. We did just trigger a weekly squeeze here on the TTM oscillator indicator. Bears are in control, right? Directional index is bearish. So ADX is still pointing up here on the 6 hour. Looks like we're going to see a potentially a nasty move down this week. Potentially, we might get a reset on this oscillator. We might come up a little bit. And retest before we get a lower high, and then we get some nice trade short setup up here or something. All right, what the S&P looks like. That's it. It looks like Adam is moving up right now. Raven's moving up right now. Any other tickers you guys want me to look at? Well, let's look at H bar real fast while we're here. Oof, H bar breaking a major channel up here. Confirmation candle. H bar not looking good. Nothing really looking good. Like I said before, man, tough to be bullish on this market. All right, well, let's take a look at, I don't know what else I had up here. Here in Greed Index. We'll look at Newpol. And then the Bitcoin cycle chart. And the rainbow chart, of course. So we're back in the capitulation area. All right. Looks like we're going to get one more leg down. So we'll see. You guys are in the buy zone right now. You guys know what to be doing long term here. They're in extreme fear levels. Not financial advice. You guys already know the drill. The macro is bearish. Everything else is bearish right now. How low can she go? We're in unprecedented times right now, right, with the quantitative tightening and the interest rates going up. We're in a global recession. All the fun terms that the media likes to throw, even though we are in that stuff. Yep, that's really it. Just watching the trend line here on Tether. Once we do break down on this trend line here, we could see some massive upside. But until then, I'm looking at downside. Of course, we could get like a nice little bounce here right off support. Could just bounce up to like, 20.6 or something, make another lower high. Trap all the people that shorted here. Right, bottom of the range, bottom of the bear flag. That sort of stuff. Cycle chart says we hold 19K for a while and then we just collapse by the end of October. One more month of doing nothing, guys, what this is saying. And then beginning of December, we hit $9,600. All right. One more leg down, guys. Just stay patient. We're almost there. All right. Anything else you guys want to cover or look at? This chart's been pretty good. I mean, the price action changes day to day, but the overall direction, it's gotten pretty good. And I'm just going by timelines too. Like, by the time, it's been pretty good. Like, it called this top in November. So I would suspect by end of the year here, we bottom out. I don't know where. It may not get the price exactly right, but we already know the levels, right? Like 14K is a level. 12K is a level. Right? So that's it. Set up your limit buys and enjoy life. That's it. I did not look at gold. We can take a look at it. Right at the weekly 200-day moving average for gold. Pretty critical spot. Last time you broke it, you dropped about 20% after breaking the 200-week moving average. So if you do that, you're looking at a 20% move down roughly, which pretty much brings you back to 1350. Peter Schiff will probably be having a hernia or a hemorrhage, knowing that his gold position lost another 20%. Yep, gold looks like shit. Just like all risk assets right now. You know what looks good though is orange juice. Orange juice. Oh, well, never mind. Orange juice has monthly bearish divergence, so I take that back. What was it? Was it eggs, right? Yeah, eggs are at an all-time high, man. All-time high on eggs, dude. Eggs are in a breakout. Just buy some eggs, bro. Oil's probably pulling back if I had to guess. Take a look. It's up 0.68% right now, and it looks like it came right to, or pretty close to that area we were looking at. We're looking at that 75 region, but it's holding above the monthly 21 exponential moving average right now, but it doesn't look so good. It looks like it's gonna continue lower. Yep. Yeah, it could bounce here. I mean, it's at it's below 45 on the weekly. You could be looking to buy some oil here, sure. We're below the 21.1 exponential moving average. We're below 45 on the RSI. Stochastics are below 20. Yep, this could be a good area to go long on oil. So, where's that? Got some divergence building here. CGC ready to bounce, man? I don't know, dude. Garbage. It's garbage stock. I've lost full faith in the marijuana industry. Looks awful. Really awful. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Monthly Stokes are telling us we could see upside soon. Right? Last time we got a monthly cross on CGC was around here. And it went from 13.88 to 56 bucks. Tough market conditions right now for everything. Bed Bath & Beyond. Sure, let's take a look at it. I mean, I wouldn't touch this stock with a 10. I wouldn't touch this stock, but it's just me. Looks awful. Looks like more downside. Looks like a move to $5. Snapchat looks like shit too. Dude, everything just looks really, really bad right now. With the macro looking like the way it is. When we get a sell signal on the federal fund rate, that's when we go on a bull run. Until then, you really want to look at SHIB, dude? Alright. We'll look at SHIB. Looks like a bear flag to me. Bearish pennant. Or bearish triangle. At the bottom of a triangle. But who's to say you don't break it? Well, that's interesting. The daily on the NASDAQ, that looks like a hammer candle. Thanks, Dino. Appreciate that. You can look at BNB, sure. Looks like we broke a trend line here. Pretty close to breaking a trend line here. We're still within the parameters of the trend line, yeah. It depends on how you draw it. Yeah, so not really looking too hot on BNB. Looks like we can come back down and test the bottom of the range if Bitcoin breaks down. And we can clearly see that we have this, this supply line here that we were not able to break. Alright, so bottom of the range, $200 is probably in store for BNB. Alright, you got some bear div here that's taking form, unfortunately. Now, it can negate this if it just makes a higher level of positive momentum, if the market just somehow rallies now. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen right now with the current situation at hand. So, like I said before, man, either just stay out of the market Just be patient. You're going to get some good buying opportunities for sure next month or two. That's it, guys. So if you have any other questions or concerns or comments, or come on, Node, pump the markets. I wish, man. I wish. I wish I had the power to do that. But I will be with you guys all the way through, whatever ends up happening, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. And I've been wrong many, many times about what the markets are going to do. So I try my best to give you guys my outlook here and what I'm seeing on charts. And yeah, it's not looking too hot. We're at the bottom of a range right now, though, so maybe we get a bounce here. We'll see. We could just go sideways like the cycle chart says till October and do nothing for Bitcoin before we get our nasty capitulation event. Or we can capitulate before that. We could just break this support and they can dump it before the midterm, but we'll see. All right, so I want to thank you guys for joining the stream tonight. Make sure you guys smash up that like button if you guys enjoyed the content. I know it wasn't the most exciting content. I'm sorry for that. Price action is what it is. Just got to tell it like it is, guys. That's all. All right. So again, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash up the like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel and just stumbling upon this horrible stream. I mean, amazing stream. And we'll